Racing, Homebush, Page and Polycracker out okay. Casual Sipper gets out nicely. Corborn Daniel was there early. Up and around the outside here to Corborn Webb trying to poke forward. Back through on the inside here, we've got Belfast Barry, again, spot on Maggie towards the back. Up to the corner, galloping to a clear lead now is Polycracker. Corborn Daniel coming through the inside, then Belfast Barry. Polycracker, I think, just lasted. Corborn Daniel lunged at it, and then Belfast Barry. Homebush Page, and out wider on the track to again. Casual Sipper, well, it's thrown it away a bit there. Corborn Webb spot on Maggie back with it. Race 2. Racing. Corborn El Paso out slowly. A Power Blair, and it's the lovely set up the pace there, and Allegro Lass is there. Corborn El Paso whips around the outside with speed. Then we've got Big Time Red Foo. Big Boy Dino is back in the pack. Corborn El Paso's been shuffled. Well back Asteria Chambo on the corner. Galloping clear here is It's the Lovely in for a nice win on a Power Blair. Big Time Red Foo is third. Next to go by was Big Boy Dino. Chambo was back behind those runners. Further back in the race then to Allegro Lass, Asteria, and Corborn El Paso's finished last. He found trouble as he charged forward at the first bend. And racing, Subic Bay away quite nicely in a good line here. Allegro Guns out nicely today. Poking up behind them there was Funky Freddy. Trying to work forward now was Al's Girl. Right around the outside, Sedgebrook Babe goes to third. Allegro Class is in a bit of bother, but it's got to fourth. Big Time Runnings is a long way back here with All in Berlin. Subic Bay has come back to them. Allegro Gun gets over the top. Allegro Gun, young star on the rise, beats Subic Bay and Sedgebrook Babe. Further back on the race to Allegro Class and Funky Freddy. Racing, Allegro beating out nicely the inside. Chai Latte goes forward, followed out wide here by Corborn Spree and Americano trying to poke up. Funky Town gets a run through the inside as Thrilling Flow flushes out. Big Time Rise got back, so did Kirkham Kylie, and now Americano at the back. And down the back goes Allegro Beatty by 3. Coming in after it was Corborn Spree, then Chai Latte. Round the outside to Funky Town. Thrilling Flow starts to move. Then Big Time Rise further back. Americano, Kirkham Kylie. Allegro Beatty's away for the Oaks. Will kick right out and score here on Corborn Spree. Only just second from Thrilling Flow. Chai Latte, Funky Town, Big Time Rise. Last pair, Americano and Kirkham Kylie. Racing, Thrilling Boris steps out quite nicely. Best away, spare some time. Thrilling Boris beside it. Then Hawkesbury Fever switches to the inside. Hawkesbury around the outside there was Corborn Cooks. Big Time Jason goes underneath that as Ms Fury wide. Checking out of the race here, Frappuccino. And back with that was Kirkham Kobe. Into the back they go. Spare some time by a length and a half. Thrilling Boris looking inside, outside, checks off the heels. On the inside, Hawkesbury Fever's running a race. Then is Ms Fury, Big Time Jason. The others can't be in it. On the corner, spare some time, kicking hard. Thrilling Boris looks for an answer, has no response. Spare some time wins the derby from Thrilling Boris. And in for third is Ms Fury was a run. So was Hawkesbury Fever. Fourth got a wee bit tired. Then Big Time Jason, Kirkham Kobe. Corborn Cooks and Frappuccino out of it at the first bend. Racing, Corborn steps out reasonably well along with Lady Zena. Corborn steps got awkward around the outside to the bank goes forward. Lady Zena leads. Might leave the rail open here. To the bank follows it through. Getting to third fast. Rigby into a nice spot again. 5 lengths away to Docker trying to track them down. Behind them we had Allegro Power. The outside of that to Corborn Clay. And at the back now is Corborn Steps. Off the back comes Lady Zena. Fast Rigby sneaks through the inside. Round the outside to the bank. The only runner running on from the rest is Docker. Fast Rigby and Lady Zena. Lady Zena goes again, wins. Lady Zena over Fast Rigby to the bank, just third on Docker. They broke right away on Allegro Power. Corborn Clay and Corborn Steps. Back half of the field in trouble at the first bend. Racing, Rain and Tears comes out okay. Homebush Ariel best out there with Calvi Den and Corborn Braze up on the Murley. Second time's camped through on the inside. Rain and Tears has got right around to lead here. Rain and Tears, second time hooks to the outside. Followed around there by Corborn Lock. Homebush Ariel back behind them. Then Opawa Sprinter, down they come. Second time out wide's got up, I think, to beat Rain and Tears. Tight for third, maybe Homebush Ariel lasted. Opawa Sprinter dived at it late. Wider on the track then to Corborn Lock. Corborn Foxy was back in behind them. Racing, ready-made size slightly up in the air, and Lonesome Nitro was slow and bounding to the leaders. Autumn Lights. Ready-made size sneaks through the inside. Round the outside, Absent Minded's handy enough. Lonesome Nitro gets through. Then Nighthawk Rose. And the ones where I thought they might be the speeder at the back, making time. Thrilling Cassie and Kirkham Jasper, and they're all no chance. Up front, it's Autumn Light. She's strong. Ready-made size is 2, starts to close it down. Further back to Absent Minded. Autumn Lights heads, round the outside, Lonesome Nitro heads the rest. Up they come. Autumn Lights kicking on Ready-made size. Autumn Lights in. From Ready-made size, Absent Minded. Nighthawk Rose got to fourth at the expense then of Lonesome Nitro. Making time next to go by with Thrilling Cassie and Kirkham Jasper. The lure to the lids. Racing, Vito Baxter awkward, Lover was awkward. Effective Power out wide and Cheap Shot Matty can Effective Power cross. Cheap Shot Matty can. Round the outside, You're the Best. Downgrade King getting into its work. Further back in the race, the Holly Blue Blood Lover, Vito Baxter, No Chance, and Corborn Matty. Effective Power screams away to a big win on Downgrade King. You're the Best third, followed across there by Cheap Shot Matty. Behind them to Lover beside Holly Blue Blood, Corborn Matty and Vito Baxter. And a racing, Sheer Miss hops out beautifully. The inside, Mike Tensile's out quite nicely. Corborn Brick's handy early too, and Miss Eldora closer in, gets tight round that first bend. Followed through the inside here, Timber Turtle midfield. Out wider of that there we would add Sedgebrook Magic. Corborn Clover back behind them. Bulldozer a long way from them. Miss Eldora squeezed right to the back. In front, Sheer Miss by 2. Mike Tensile moves up the outside. Corborn Brick keeps plugging through the inside. Then Timber Turtle and Corborn Clover, and that's your race on the corner here. Sheer Miss is clinging tough. Corborn Brick comes the inside. Sheer Miss from, Corborn Brick or Mike Tensile, not much in that. Bold run, Mike Tensile. Corborn Clover was next to go by. Followed through there by Timber Turtle. Further back then we had Miss Eldora. Bulldozer was alongside of that. Racing, Scooters Rose a moderate beginning in the same for Corborn Owen. Scooters Rose pushes forward now with Khaleesi the inside, and over on the outside Douche is right there as well as the favourite takes over. Driving through the inside here is Nathan. Right around the outside here Corborn Owen, but it's off the track. Kapai's back, getting a run through the inside. Brilliant Jailer, down they come. Scooters Rose out wide just from Nathan, who was bold. Back and behind those runners then we had Brilliant Jailer, followed out wider by Khaleesi, ended up very wide with Douche a wee bit closer in. Racing, Berrin to Square a touch slow, but out starts to push through now, and leading up was Corborn Midget right on the outside. If it fits, Berrin to Square nice and handy, and Corborn Nathan around the outside. Further back on the race here then we had Big Time Rain. Galley Flaherty is a long way from them, coming to the corner, so too the 7 and the 3. Berrin to Square's got to the lead here over Corborn Midget. Berrin to Square, Corborn Midget. Corborn Nathan gets up for third, and If It Fits was fourth, followed through there by Big Time Rain. Galley Flaherty back behind that. Then we had Mighty Mac and Slick Star.